Hello friends, this is my 2005 Scorpio CRDE. I had an issue with the AC compressor and cleaning the condenser solved the issue. In this video, I'll explain my issue, how I cleaned the condenser and how it solved the issue. The issue was that when I was stuck in bumper to bumper traffic in summer, I had smoke coming out of the bonnet. This happened twice. Both times I immediately shut off the engine and checked, but by the time I opened the hood, the smoke would vanish and I could not pinpoint where the smoke was coming from. The smoke was from front right side, so I suspected it was from AC compressor. I went to Mahindra Authorized Service Center when I noticed it for the first time. They checked and said everything was normal and I was charged 500 for this. But it happened the same day when I was returning from the service center. After this, I idled the car with the bonnet open on a hot afternoon, and after a lot of compressor on-off cycles, I noticed that the AC compressor clutch was not spinning at normal speed. It was spinning slower than the pulley. This resulted in smoke as there was rupture between the pulley and the clutch. When the compressor went off and on again, the speed was back to normal. This is called AC clutch slip, and this will normally damage the coil and clutch very fast, but since I noticed it early, I think my compressor was saved. Right now you can see the clutch is spinning slower than the pulley. You will also notice some sparks. The lighting is not sufficient, but remember this speed, and I'll show the normal speed in a moment. If I let these sparks to continue, the smoke will start coming out, but I'll not let that happen now. This is the normal speed. You can notice that it is spinning much faster than before. Spinning slow. And this is spinning at normal speed. Once I knew that it was the clutch, I visited the service center again, and they said my clutch was going to fail, and they do not replace the clutch alone. I'll have to get the compressor changed along with the receiver dryer. The service charges for all this along with refrigerant and all will cost more than 30,000 rupees. Then I visited two AC technicians outside, and both of them said that my clutch and coil were weak and I'll have to get them replaced along with bearing and new refrigerant at a cost of around 6,000 rupees. I was not convinced with the theory because this was happening only during hot time of the day and usually while in bumper to bumper traffic. This is when the airflow through the condenser is low. My thinking was that the condenser was not cooling the gas well, so there was pressure buildup and this pressure was causing the clutch to slip. Service center and the AC technicians were not in agreement with me, and they wanted to remove the condenser from the car if they have to clean it. I was against removing the condenser because this would disturb a lot more than what we think. So I cleaned the compressor myself. I took 2 days for the process, working on and off, but the process itself took probably around 3 or 4 hours. First I took off the bumper, which is held by 4 nuts. Before removing the bumper, we should disconnect the fog lamps. We can find the fog lamp connector behind the fog lamps. After removing the bumper, I removed the grill, which was held by 6 or 7 screws in total and 2 clips. In the video you see that I have removed the headlight also. This was not necessary, but I removed the headlight because it was dull and I wanted to clean it from inside. After the grill and bumper, we should disconnect and remove the fan, which is held on to the condenser using 4 Torx bolts. This is the fan removed. With the fan removed, we can see the horrible state of condenser. All this mud was accumulated over 10 years. There is absolutely no chance of this condenser to work effectively. The radiator is fairly clean, but the condenser is almost blocked. Next morning I started cleaning the condenser. I have used a petrol powered agricultural sprayer to spray water on the condenser. I have set the sprayer to display a thin stream of water with decent pressure and directed the stream to the condenser. Notice that I have inserted a plastic cover between the condenser and the radiator. This is to make sure that all the water flows down and not into the radiator, because we do not want all the mud from the condenser to end up in the radiator fins. Multiple rounds of cleaning took around 20 minutes in total. You can notice how clean the condenser is now. This is before and this is after. Before cleaning, after cleaning. Once I was done with the cleaning, it was time to put everything back. But the problem was that these nuts which hold the fan in place came off. These are supposed to be between the condenser and the radiator, and the gap between them is less than an inch. So we cannot use hand to put this back. I used a wooden reaper along with a double-sided tape to stick the nut. This is then inserted into the gap and nuts were tightened. Again, while tightening the nuts, they would rotate. So I placed the reaper on top of the nut and applied some pressure, and this way I was able to tighten the nuts. After this, the headlight, grille and bumpers were put back. Actual cleaning took only around 20 minutes, but removing and refitting the fan, bumper and grille were the most time consuming. The cleaning can be done without any removal also, but with all these things in place, you will never be able to get it properly cleaned. All this mud you see on the floor except for the leaves was the result of cleaning. There was actually a lot more, but it went off with the water. It's been 3 months after the cleaning and the smoke or heating issue did not recur. So the smoke issue of my AC compressor was solved once I cleaned the condenser. So my thinking was right, and the theory that the coil and clutch were weak and were going to fail was all crap. The restricted airflow through the condenser was the sole reason for the clutch slip. The fact that the problem did not reappear is the proof of this. 2 days of time well spent, and the satisfaction of doing it yourself as always is unmatched. I hope this video will help someone facing a similar situation. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.